So we've completed our checklist here, and I'm ready to light a fire. Maple. What we're burning here is a mix of oak, maple, and I see some ash in there. Here's a good example of something that's a little bit too big. I'll still burn this one, but some of the wood that we come across in our slab wood is a little bit wider than this, and it's not ideal. We enjoy running an evaporator without hoods in our showroom. So we have our cupola open. Some of you might feel that cold draft once in a while. The cupola has doors on both sides. Prevailing wind is from the west-northwest. We open the door opposite of wind direction. So if the wind is coming from the west like it is today, we'll open our east door. When we open both doors, it works, the steam evacuates, but every now and again we get a surge of steam coming back down at us. So if the wind is from the west, we open the east door, and vice versa. The sight window on the front of the Corsair is new for this year. We added that in the summer of 18 here. It's a nice feature. It's a piece of pyroceramic glass that's cut to fit on just for our evaporator. It gives you some insight on what's going on in the firebox without having to open the door. Keep in mind, every time you open the door, you allow a draft of cold air to go in. It cools off your pans, hurts your efficiency, slows things down. The less often you open the door, the better. So things to have handy, a pair of good gloves. I find it very uncomfortable running an evaporator in short sleeves even. A sweatshirt or something to cover your hands is a very good idea. Hands and arms, face even. When we run our silver plate evaporator, it's even hotter than this one. We have a face shield that we wear because when we open the door, we just can't stand the radiant heat coming from the firebox. And a fire extinguisher would be a good idea to have handy. Another very important thing for anybody running an evaporator for the first time especially, I'll have a bucket of sap handy, or water at least. Have it nearby. That way if things happen in your front compartments where things run dry, where you see smoke coming out of the pan, you should never see smoke coming out of your pan, but at least you have something that you can pour in and buy some time, prevent some damage. A funny story I have from a customer from a few years ago. He was running the evaporator with his kid. His kid was like 12 or 13 years old, and he was ambitious and he loved helping. But his dad was going out to the sugar bush, which he had to leave by car to go there, by truck to go there. He left his kid for the first time alone with the evaporator. And he said to his son, now, if you see a fire in the pan, if you see the pan smoking, if something goes wrong, you know what to do with that sap bucket, right? And the kid said, yep. And the father just came back. He was pulling up the driveway, and he saw fire coming out of the pan, meaning all of the sugar was on fire in the pan. And just as he pulled up, he saw his kid open the firebox door and throw the sap in the firebox. So give clear direction to any free help you have. Okay. So since we hit the blower, since we closed the door, when we had that dwindling fire, we already have steam rolling out. With 2 inches of depth, we already have steam rolling out after 4 minutes, 49 seconds. Forced draft is a lot of fun. It's not necessary with the Corsair, but it gets things going fast. And it goes through firewood quicker, but it goes through sap even faster yet. Big advantages of forced draft is it allows us to burn this big clunky wood. With natural aspiration, you might throw a firebox full of this kind of wood in, and it might struggle. It takes a long time for it to recover. With forced draft, it picks up and burns very quickly, and it's a blast to run. We have a boil going here already at 5 minutes, 50 seconds. I am now going to add firewood already. That was a load of very, very small firewood, and we can't expect that to burn very long, so we need to keep up on it and get wood added. I'm going to kill the blower. Again, watch how I'm staggering the firewood as it goes in. So the flue pan is up to a full boil. So anyone that ever questioned the value of a flue pan can now see why a flue pan is so effective. The front 2 flat compartments are not boiling at all, and the 2 flue compartments are boiling pretty much at a full boil. They're rolling.